There was a low point of 15,000, let's call it 16,000. Now there are close to 70,000, 63,000. It would be easy to go up another 4 or 5 shows from here, I think. We'd have 250,000, and it could be as many as 500,000. If I had to pick a time for this to happen, I'd say it will happen most commonly by the end of 2025, right? Okay, so maybe it goes on until 2026. What do you think? I think the next 18 months could be really great. It could be amazing with a return of between 4x and 8x what we're getting now. That's just the way bull markets work. Fred Krueger, a well-known Bitcoin investor and mathematician, recently shared his latest thoughts and opinions about the future of Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin's price has been changing a lot lately, Krueger is still optimistic. He thinks that the cryptocurrency could gain 4 to 5 times its current value, hitting $250,000 to $500,000 per coin by the end of 2025. Krueger looks at how government spending and monetary policies affect asset prices as well as Bitcoin's huge growth potential. He talks about how much gold has grown in value compared to fiat currency, pointing out that its value has grown by almost 10 times in 12 years. He also talks about how gold has traditionally been used to protect against economic instability. Krueger says that Bitcoin is much better than traditional investments. Let's hear from Fred Krueger himself as he explains why he thinks Bitcoin will go up in value. What else do I think makes me feel very optimistic? That's right, the ETFs, right? I believe that the ETFs are just beginning to work, on top of the fact that the market is in a sort of bull market. And we saw yesterday that GBTC had its first day of positive flow ever. And I've said that I think the ETF flows will start up again as soon as we get back to, say, $70,000. Because I think these people will come back when the market looks good. They might not join when the market looks bad. And that adds to the bullish mood that's already there in the non-ETF part of the market. That's the second part. I think the third part is just a result of not being responsible with money. The way we look now is the most careless we've ever been. This has been really well written down by James Lavish. This has been written down by Larry Lepard. Lynn Alden has talked about it. However, it's clear that we're now in what I would call the end game of fiat. We are printing a lot right now. Stephanie Kelton and other people completely lose it when they think we can just print and buy anything we want, and that won't change prices or anything else. She uses World War II to show how great things are when we just spend a lot of money on things like the war effort while drunk. The Green New Deal and climate change are her new fronts in the war. I just believe this way of thought is very wrong. It does so much damage to capital. Bitcoin is going to do really, really well over the next 2 years because people don't seem to care about deficits at all. Finally, I believe we have an election, and I think that whoever wins this race will go spend a lot of money afterward. They'll cut interest rates a lot if it's Trump. I think people will want to own Bitcoin no matter what. For the next 18 months, I think we're set up really well. Very optimistic. Of course, you have to be there to take part. You won't take part if you get off the train even once, if you get scared out of your seat. That's why I say you should just be fully involved and have diamond hands. Helix Zuhoff, a gold bug from Switzerland. In general, I agree with his point of view. I believe there has been a huge push to spend COVID, and we're spending like we're at war. We're not fighting. The cost of making things is also going to rise. In 10 years, the world economy will not work as well as it did 10 years ago. Everything is going to cost a lot more. And to fix the problem, governments will print more and more money. End of quote. Now, Zuhoff says that people don't know that gold has gone up in value by 87% in the last 20 years, and I totally agree with him. It's no longer worth 87% as much as it used to, the US. Dollar has lost 87% of its value against gold since 2002. During that time, I've held gold. In that case, I can say for sure that it's true. Gold used to be worth $250, but now it's worth $270. In those 12 years, we've almost gone up 10 times. That basically means that the SP's growth and value increase are mostly due to cash debasement. We don't have a great business, and we can handle this? Not at all. No, there are no goods or services for sale on this stock market. Since the early 2000s, the stock market has been purely a financial phenomenon, and it will continue to move faster in this way. In fact, this is how the government pays its bills right now, because if they can inflate, they can also tax people nominally when they sell a house or stock. They're making somewhere between 30% and 50% of all the long-term action in the system. In other words, things are not fixed. It's probably going to crash in 10 years. Is it going to end badly? It's also known as a death spiral. I believe we are nearing the end, but I think something big will happen in the next 10 years. Not only that, Zulov doesn't really understand Bitcoin. He is a gold bug. He's too old and Swiss, as I already said, to get Bitcoin. I'm getting old, but I'm not Swiss, and I'm more of a techie. I believe I understand Bitcoin now.